Hope is out there. Long as you're looking for hope and wanting the hope, you can get it. And as you're getting hope, share hope with other people. And that's what I'm here for. I want to share the hope and let everybody know in this program there's a whole bunch of hope.
This video focuses on Jeffery Hamlet, who's one of the dads featured in a webinar put on by the Washington Fatherhood Council. The topic of the webinar was supporting fathers and families after dads are released from prison.
My name is Jeffery Hamlet. I'm currently at in Seattle, Washington. Before incarceration, I always was there with my kids. I've been there every step of the way from birth. I've never lost any contact with them. My baby boy staying with the grandma. My two daughters are staying with their mom. Another daughter staying with my sister. I have seven kids in total, five daughters, two sons. Out of the seven, my baby boy got killed by my baby's mom's boyfriend before incarceration. 2 days later, after that, I got incarcerated. While I was doing time, I started to rehabilitate myself. By rehabilitating myself mentally and physically, I was looking into programs to get into. I found out about this program, Straighten Family. So I wanted to share my voice and maybe help another father, because if I was able to do it incarcerated, letting them know they can do it as well too.
What other sort of obstacles have you encountered since you've been released?
I'm not gonna lie, when it was like a pinch myself moment that I was actually back out in society and everything. So when I got out, I'm like, this is real. I'm looking around. I'm not familiar with bus numbers and change. Am I gonna make it to my destination in time? And seeing people like smoking fentanyl on the streets and the police not doing nothing about that, that was very overwhelming. But the biggest struggle I deal with and my family struggle with right now is the grieving process. I don't know how to go about that. I'm currently talking to a counselor as well too, and I've been starting the grieving process, and no one else in my family has started. So I want to be that starter kit and show that leadership of grieving and show them how to grieve.
Jeffrey, I've watched your journey and have been so impressed just with you taking the higher road and learning to forgive and deciding, to do what you need to do to bring your family back together again, even despite all of this hardship and horribleness that you've had to deal with. So takes a really strong person.
I appreciate that.
So.
Thank you. So I was just gonna speak about the positive part about the program and everything. The reentry center like really helps you, get established and build some type of foundation to when you get out, you have something going. You have thousands of dollars in your pocket. They give you a whole bunch of resources, and it's not limited. There's so many resources that they help you out with and get on your feet, and it's a nice starter kit. Like for instance, I got a job at Mod Pizza. I started at squad. A month later, I got promoted to all star. 2 months later, I'm a shift captain now. Now I can run shift. I can tell people what not to do and stuff like that. I'm in training for 3 weeks for that. I'm two positions from owning my own Mod Pizza store. Long as you want to change yourself, all the resources are there. And resources are just meant for a push. It's not to 100% get you right. It's like if you want to fly, the resource is one wing. You have to develop that other wing to get you in the air to actually take flight, right? So you have to push yourself to want to get right. But long as you have some type of support, you got this, because that's all somebody needs is some type of hope. Hope is out there. Long as you're looking for hope and wanting the hope, you can get it. And as you're getting hope, share hope with other people. And that's what I'm here for. I want to share the hope and let everybody know in this program there's a whole bunch of hope.
Yeah. That is amazing. I'm so glad,
wow.
Anne, we are recording this session.
Wow.
I wish we could bottle that.
Co-parenting, you have to put your pride aside to get to some type of better understanding and not bigger, because it's really selfish to keep going on about what happened in a relationship and not going about the kid. Everything's about the kid. what works for you and what works for me type stuff to where we can actually get this co-parenting stuff done properly. For me personally, it's always been a third party because my first baby's mom, once I started having other kids, when I broke up with her, she wouldn't allow me to see my kids for 2 years. So then me and her, we had a really bad relationship where we bickered with each other, but I still couldn't see my kids. Once I sat down and started talking to her mom and stuff like that, and her brother and stuff like that, then she was willing to drop them off to her mom so I can pick them up. So there's other ways of dealing with co-parenting. There's a bunch of different aspects. You just got to figure out what aspect is going to help you out.
Thanks for reflecting on that. It's just such an important issue. And as a collective of people who surround families and walk with them on their journeys, I think we need to pay a lot more attention to co-parenting, because oftentimes we see mom. We see mom when mom comes in for appointments or mom presents with needs, but we oftentimes don't even ask about dad. And so what's happening in that co-parenting relationship, and how is it going, and how are we doing in helping people do that peacefully? Because that is ultimately what's going to help our kids be healthy and wonderful adults.